Fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Gloria. You went like full opera mouth on that one. They always like sing, yeah, like they like hold their mouths differently.
Welcome back to the And Also podcast with your hosts, Sheyda Fasari, Madeline Guiney, and Summery Dean. So grab a drink and get cozy. You have now entered the group chat. Welcome back to the And Also podcast. You guys, today we have such a great episode because it is our first official episode of the year, our Lord and Savior, 2026. Which is huge because our first episode came out in 2024.
Wow.
Right? Technically?
Yeah.
Or did we record it? I think it came out in 2024. So this is huge that we are now in 2024, 2025, and 2026
we're
releasing
on the second
episodes.
Year.
Our sophomore year, girls.
Oh, season 2.
Season 2, episode 1, baby.
Let's go.
Wait, I always love when people are like, oh, I feel so old, but then I'm like, I'm only in season 2 of Friends or something. You know what I mean? Because they're not that old in Friends, or they are kind of older in Friends. But just thinking about this is season 2 of our lives in our podcast.
Or like thinking about, there's a lot of people, like, I think Oprah was 30 when she started doing her. Can you fact check that?
I think she might have been even older.
I saw her fingers went before I even said
I feel like she was like
fact check that.
36. Like she was older.
It's like
was older.
Oprah, Tina Fey. There are like a bunch of people.
32.
Yeah. You know what I started watching? I guess I watched it like periodic, like over the years, but I actually started like and really watching Sex in the City. And that was so interesting because obviously like now being like later 20s, approaching 30, single in a city, it just hits so much harder. Like all the things that they're talking about, all the dating things that they're talking about. I'm like, wait, I wasn't understanding this when I was 22. Like this didn't hit at 22.
No.
This hits at 29.
Yeah.
Very.
Also, I feel like I hate Carrie. I rewatched it and like I couldn't even get past a couple seasons. I was like, she was really driving me up a wall. And I think maybe it was just like the writing a little bit of just like, I'm like, who's saying that? Who's speaking like that?
The early 2000s.
It's true.
Was it the early 2000s? Yeah, early 2000s.
I feel like even earlier, the 90s.
Might have been 90s.
Was it like
Might have
99?
started in 90, like late 90s.
Fact check.
You know what I loved that was a 90s show was Buffy the Vampire Slayer. If you haven't seen that show, you're missing out. It was classic. It was iconic. It was sexy. It was mysterious.
I didn't watch it.
I used to watch like the reruns before school in the morning. Like I would turn, like the episode from the night before would be on in the morning and I would just like sit and catch up on my Buffy.
So good. I had it on like the DVD player, like the traveling DVD player, and I had the whole season. That season, that like packaging was beat to shit. I watched every episode religiously.
I had that with Charmed.
And I couldn't decide between Spike or Angel ever in my life. I always was a porque no los dos kind of señorita.
Yeah.
Wow. Spanish?
You asked me when Sex and the City came out?
Yeah.
Sex and the City 1998, Buffy the Vampire Slayer 1997.
Wow.
Oh my God, isn't that crazy?
That was my jam.
That's crazy.
That was my jam.
Have you been in Sheyda's car recently? Because she just has like CDs on floating around to the floor of her car, which I think is so funny. Because it's like I haven't seen a CD in so long.
I am a throwback girly. I still have all my old iPods. Sometimes I'll throw them on.
It's nice to disconnect.
It is nice to disconnect.
Especially, like, have you guys gone for a run? I just saw someone talking about this on TikTok. Going for a run with an iPod versus like your phone, because when you're like going for a run with your phone, everyone can still contact you. You can still have the anxiety of like, I'm getting emails, I'm getting calls, I'm getting texts. Like my dad for his entire career, still to this day, like goes for a run every day on his lunch break and just is like, for me, that's my checkout. I'm like done for an hour or two. Like I'm just zoned in. And you can't really do that nowadays. But like with an iPod, you can because it's just your little iPod.
That's so true. Do you guys ever just like leave your phone somewhere? Like, do you ever not have your phone when you're doing something?
No.
I get anxiety about doing that.
Isn't that crazy though? Because it used to be opposite where it's like you'd only have your phone on you every once in a while. But now it's like if you don't have your phone on you, that's scary.
And you know what's so funny is I don't really have anxiety about it for myself. I have anxiety about it, like what if something happens and I don't have my phone to be there for somebody else. Which I guess maybe isn't a healthy thing, but I'm always like, what if I'm needed and I am not and I've left my phone behind to have like a whimsical moment. And then I
She's
regret
off
it
in
for
the
the rest of
woods.
my life.
I was leaving my phone at home for walks, but then that felt unsafe.
Yeah, that feels unsafe to me.
Yeah. One of my
Unfortunately, it's dangerous for pretty women to do things without the backup plan.
You think I'm pretty? One of my colleagues, she does a like once a month every Sunday. She doesn't touch any of her electronics. What's that called? There's like a religion that does it.
It's on Fridays and it's
Jewish people, the Sabbath?
The Sabbath. So she so she won't touch any of her electronics like one Sunday a month.
Does
And
that
like
include
she just,
electronics? Because they include, they're not electronics. Does that include electricity? Because they do that. They're candles.
I think she like
They're straight up
uses
candles
her-
only.
Yeah, I don't think she takes it that far, but like she doesn't use her laptop or
I think
her
she's just
phone.
trying to unplug.
I think she's just trying to unplug.
Sheyda's like, commit or don't.
So you guys don't get absolutely just wrecked. The Jewish Sabbath does start Friday, but it's really Saturday.
Oh, shit.
It's like sundown Friday.
Yeah, sundown Friday.
Reminiscent of the map.
Yes.
Country conversation.
Well, I just said it starts Friday. I said that.
You did.
Yes.
Summer said it's Friday.
Oh.
Jewish Sabbath is Saturday.
But it starts
More you
dinner
know.
time Friday.
You were correct.
Yes.
I had no idea.
You know, I
just knew.
took a Jewish studies course in college. and I had to read the Old Testament.
Oh, what'd you think?
It's interesting.
God was crazy in the Old Testament.
Well, okay, so this is going to be a fun episode because obviously when you get to the top of a year, there's a lot to look forward to. I feel like it's a really great way to like reset. It's a really good place to set goals, and kind of a lot of people use it as a time to rebrand. What do you guys think that you're going to do heading into this next year? Like, do you want to rebrand, try something new? Where are we at?
I don't think I'm rebranding. I think I'm trying to settle more into habits that I've slowly been curating over time, which is just like my health and fitness, my home, like really concentrating on making my home this year like what I want it to be. Like by the end of this year, I want all of the inside to be done. Really.
You've done a really good job over the last year
Thank you.
curating that. Yeah.
The downstairs is almost done. It'll just be like knickknacks and other things, really.
The tchotchkes.
The tchotchkes. Most of the things for my bedroom are ordered. I just really need to decide on a paint color that's going to be downstairs and upstairs. Like, it's just little things like that I'm enjoying. I'm really loving about my life. It's just like leaning into those things.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so no
me.
rebrand for you, but more like a continuation of this past year.
Yeah, a continuation of this past year. Well, even the years before, and also like a continuation of, I think we talked about this on the Christmas episode about like styles and things congealing with everybody else in a way. Like I don't want to get away from like the core of who I am and the things that I enjoy and the looks that I enjoy. I get some flack from friends and family about the way I like to dress and how I like to express myself because it is a little bit more aggressive, some might say, but I really enjoy it and I don't want to get too far away from it. It's what makes me happy. Like things like that I don't want to lose about myself. I feel like people think you get to like your 30s or whatever and it's like now you have to be like classy and understated and you have to like bleh. And I don't want to do that at all. I think I was trying to do that for a second. And then I was like, wait, like, I don't enjoy that.
Doesn't make you feel as good.
I don't enjoy that. That's not like how I want to look.
Yeah.
Because that's not who I am in my soul.
Yeah.
And if I look like an assassin, it's none of your fucking business.
Because she'll kill you in her combat
Yeah,
boots
I
or her
enjoy
penny
that.
loafers.
Thank you. It's what I enjoy.
What about you, Madeline?
I don't know. I feel like last year was just a lot of chaos and change and just kind of, I feel like the first 75% of the year I was really unhappy and just stressed and in a state of panic. And
Why?
Just like I wasn't happy with my job and I think I let it really run rampant in my life. But I feel like the second half I kind of unplugged a little bit, took a little bit of a sabbatical.
Love it.
And so I feel like I'm ready to like hit the ground running this year with just energy.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like I was in a little hibernation period.
Yeah. When you say hit the ground running, is that like with your job, like professionally? Or
Yeah,
what's your
just
goal?
I mean, I think like in all avenues of personally, professionally, like with my health, like everything. I just feel so revitalized.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
that.
just excited. I feel like I was not excited for a long time.
Yeah.
So I feel good.
Isn't it so weird when you come out of those periods though, where you're like, you kind of know you weren't excited, and then you like get re-energized and you're like, oh my God.
You're like, life is worth living.
Yeah, no, actually you're like, wait, I was in a funk.
Yeah.
And like sometimes you don't even realize. No, I love that. I can relate to that a little bit too, because I feel like I also had a really just crazy emotional year, and it felt like there was a lot of stability that was like, there was no stability, it felt like.
Yeah.
But also kind of like Sheyda, it's like I feel like I started to like get back to like the things that I really like about myself, or the things that like I really like about my life. A lot of like good, healthier habits, or just like feeling more like myself. But I feel like my goal this next year is to like really, really get so authentic to myself. Like really, really become like who I am. Like not who I want people to perceive me as, not who I want a partner to perceive me as, not who I want the internet to perceive me as, but like genuinely like just really start to lean in so hard to like who I am and what I like, and like who I want to be and who I am. Because I feel like it can be hard to like have an idea of like who you want to be and then like who you are. And like there is a little sense of like, yeah, you can mesh those two, but at the end of the day, it's like I don't want to like be somebody else that I'm not, for the sake of like how people are perceiving me, if that makes sense.
I feel like that is a really good kind of way to try and live, of like, this is who I imagine myself as, and this is who I actually am, and trying to like, because I think there are good qualities in I'm aiming for like maybe goals or habits of this person that I like, and meshing them into like, okay, naturally this is how I am. How can I kind of get some of that into who I want to be?
Totally. And I feel like authenticity too, when you like kind of like what you're saying, where it's like you want your style to be really like authentic to you. It's like, but that's just like even how you act, even what you believe in, even how you like with the things that you value. Like when you can get really, really specific about what you as an individual knows to be true or believes to be true, like to yourself, I feel like it just helps guide everything else. So I feel like I'm always on a journey to like find my most authentic self.
That's good. But I feel like as you get older, like it's easier, it becomes clearer, I think.
Totally. Yeah. Do you guys feel like you've gone through eras?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd call them eras, maybe just more like phases. Like I feel like you have been pretty consistent. But I feel like I have too. Like I don't think that
I think I've leaned into some things more.
Yes.
For over a period of time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like when I got really skinny, I was like all leather and all double platform.
But I mean, you
boots.
have to when you're really skinny.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of being skinny if I'm not going to wear a full leather outfit?
Yeah, I was like full fucking leather, full double platform, knee-high boots. Like I was full.
Honestly,
I was like,
that was hot.
thank you so much.
Hot.
I feel like, okay, speaking of dressing for yourself, like I feel like that was, I don't know if you're into astrology. I know you are, but like our listeners, dressing for your Venus. I feel like that was, your Venus is Scorpio, which is like dressing in like
Yeah, but that's how
assassiny
you like.
stuff.
That's how
Yes.
you present yourself. And
Wait,
that's
I wanna
the
know
kind
mine.
of stuff I enjoy.
I need to look at your birth chart.
Look at mine.
But Scorpio is the way that I've always presented, like to the world. And that is the clothing that I enjoy. Like I'm the person, I own a leather harness, like not like a sexual thing, like an,
When you said that, I just pictured like a leather dog leash, like a
no, like it's like a, there's this,
I know what you're
there's this
talking about.
there's this creator on TikTok and she makes this really cute custom leather harness. And it's like an accessory to your outfit. I loved wearing that. I was a person, I had the matte black leather double platform anklet boot that I really loved, that I wore with everything. And
Sheyda, don't let us hold you back.
Yeah, come on, wear it. Bring it
Who
out.
was telling you to put those things away?
Who was telling you?
I won't name names
Offline. At Halls later.
but definitely for me, like those are things I enjoy. Like I would be covered in tattoos if I didn't like the idea of being old with tattoos. I like those are I love that. I one day want to like be riding, want to be 60 with a Harley. Like I like those things.
Don't
Those
you
things
sometimes
entice
wish
me.
you had a second body to like just play around with?
Just play around with.
Because I think sometimes I would literally put tattoos all over my body as well.
I planned out
None.
full sleeves. Like I have planned out like 8 or 9 huge tattoos, like big pieces.
Your arms are so pretty.
I know, thank you. And I also like I think when I think about having a wedding, I don't want to have
But there are people that dream of
Tattoos.
having their arms and like their backs done for their wedding, which is like, I think when done well is like also a whole masterpiece, like in an art, like it's
Beautiful.
part of the look.
Yeah.
But I think would look insane on me. Imagine walking down the aisle and I have full arms of tattoos.
I know I could full blown do that and I could pull it off, but I like it's not like that isn't deeply the core of me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's something you like, but not like your core.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's an essence. And I think that's kind of what I want to like a vision I like to have, but also who am I at my core?
Yeah.
And that's turning 30.
Exactly.
That is turning
But I like tattoos. Like I have a little third tattoo that I planned for myself that I want to get, I think in 2026. Like there are little things that I do like about but it would be hidden. Like it's a little hidden thing that
just
most
for
people
her.
wouldn't see.
What is it?
I want a little tiny snake coming out of my hairline down the back of my neck.
You mentioned that. I like that. I think that's on brand.
I think it's very on brand. It's my spirit animal. I like it. You won't
We're
see it.
leaving the
Billy.
year of the snake though, right?
We are leaving the year of the snake. We're going into the year of.
Oh, what is it? I just a pig, not a pig.
No, it's not a pig. It's a good animal, not a good animal, but like
chicken?
not an ugly one. No, it's like a horse or something.
Oh, it is the horse.
Is it the horse?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yes, I think it is.
Fire horse.
It is.
Fire
Yeah,
horse.
the fire horse. But the other thing that's interesting about that is their new year, the Chinese New Year, doesn't start until February, I think. So what?
February
It's
7th.
February 7th. So it's like taking January to like get ready for your like be shedding because this year of the snake and like the snake in symbolism, both I think in the Chinese New Year and the Native American, like their spirit animal, like the symbolism around it, it's all about like transformation, rebirth, shedding like past lives, knowledge, that sort of thing. And you did send something. It was a TikTok, I think.
I wish we could play the whole thing in the episode because it was electric. Like I think it was like a 7-minute video and I was on the treadmill watching it, absolutely getting rocked to my core. I'm like, yeah.
Wait, I want to see it.
I sent it in the group chat.
You don't watch things that are sent. And I know that about you and I've kept it to myself and I'm angry about it.
Let's hit her.
I don't watch. Sorry, guys.
No, but honestly, it was invigorating. Like, listen,
It was invigorating.
because I do feel like
Can you summarize it?
It was like if you started a company in 2025, like, or like if you were formulating, it was a lot about like if you've created like during this time, like just know that going into the fire horse year, like this is your time, like this will become an abundant thing, like, and you can't like dilly-dally about it, like you have to be really intentional, like if this is something you're really working at and you're working towards, like you've done it right because this was the time to start it and this is the year that it becomes abundant, that sort of thing. Like it was really,
but it wasn't.
this is very woo-woo, guys, but
Yeah.
it was inspirational.
It was
and
also
good.
it talked about relationships. It said a lot of, if you've left something, if you've started something, just know that it was the right decision, and like the steps you took to start something new or to leave something in this year, like the progress you made will pay off tenfold in 2026.
I feel like I maybe did see this actually. Now that I'm
it
thinking
was
about
it was very exciting, and honestly, it felt good. Just like a little reminder. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's nice to get a little pep talk in woo-woo form.
I love it. Okay, so in spirit of the snake shedding and we're heading into a new season, a new year, is there anything that you guys are leaving? Any version of yourself that you're leaving in 2025? What?
Guys, I just need to pause this because I looked down at my phone and it was open and I stopped the voice memo that
who were you
it was a
sending it
7-minute voice memo.
To whom?
To Carmen. And I just went to close it all out and I just got sent a photo. Ryan is completely changed around my living room. He's guys, we're gonna have to upload this, but he's completely changed my couch. It's gone completely the wrong way.
Wait, let me see.
Why would he do that?
I don't know what he's thinking, but it's not good. It's bad juju to close off your space to the front door.
I don't like
The
it.
feng shui is all wrong.
The feng shui is all wrong.
I don't like it.
There should be a clear line from front to back, right? It
Yes.
means money.
Yes, it means money.
Wow.
Which, by the way, I had no idea they were planning this this thing.
Just say it better be fixed by the time I get home.
Literally.
And that's what being a parent is.
Yeah, guys, just please continue on. I just have to respond to this. This is very scary.
Are
This
there any
can't be this
versions
way
of
when I get
yourself
home.
that you're leaving in 2025, like that you're wanting to shed in terms of, let's say, the snake shedding its skin?
Yes, I feel like I am, I don't know how to say this, but like a version that doesn't choose myself. You know what I mean? I think in, especially like my career wise, I was so miserable for a long time because I was picking careers based on things that like didn't really matter to me or weren't going to end up fulfilling me. And I was doing it for all these like ulterior motives and not because I liked it or I was excited about doing it.
Yeah.
So shedding that version of myself that is making decisions not because they're good decisions for me. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, I think that makes so much sense. I feel like that's also really relatable. And I feel like even that same logic, I feel like I could use in the sense that like I'm shedding a version of myself that weirdly got very insecure in the middle of last year. And like, just, I think there was so much going on that I just like wasn't sure of myself. Because I felt like I was sitting on a decision to be made for so long. And then obviously I made the decision, but there was so much of that year where I felt like I was in such a limbo space that it made me question like so much of my life. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
And I feel like it just didn't make me as sure of myself, but I feel like I'm slowly like getting back into a very secure, more confident version, a more aligned version of myself. But I really want to leave like this version of myself that like cares a lot about what people think or is making decisions based on what people think or who might like me or who might not like me or, you know, what people might say or perceive me as. And I feel like I really want to, again, it kind of goes back to like really aligning and becoming more authentic to myself of like, I don't want any of that to really matter anymore. And I don't think it should. I just want to feel the most summer I can feel, whatever version of that might be. I mean, you guys know I go through a lot of different transformations because it is something that even my astrological chart
Well, you're a
says that
curious
I do.
queen.
Very curious, and I do like trying on a lot of different hats. And I think I love that about myself, but there's also a part of me that's like, I want to get to like the core, and I know the core, but I want to get back to the core, which is a lot of confidence, a lot of silliness, a lot of lightness, curiosity, but just in a way that feels really, really authentic and not what will people think of this or how will this look to others?
Yeah, I feel like kind of what you described about becoming insecure because you're living in the limbo, living for other people it's like a death by a thousand cut situations because you're constantly almost betraying yourself.
Yeah.
And by the decisions that you're making every day of, okay, well, I'm staying in this relationship. I'm staying in this job that I don't like. I'm continuously choosing other people's opinions over my own.
Choosing bad habits, like whatever it is.
Yeah. I think is a way to really kind of like destroy your trust in yourself and your confidence.
Totally. Yeah. So leaving
Leaving that behind.
that in 2025.
Bye-bye, baby.
How about you? Are you leaving anything in 2025?
I feel like you had a good 2025.
I feel like I had a great 2025.
Sheyda's like,
The
we're
one
rolling.
and only person that had a good 2025. But it was the year of the snake, so
It is my year, baby.
that it makes sense.
That is my year. Now, I will say, I think Summer kind of summarized it really well, which is that I don't want to be inauthentic to me. I think in a weird way, working on my home has made me feel more inclined to be authentic to what I like and what gives me yummy, good, gooey, good feelings inside. And I want to translate that across the board with who I am and how I present myself and the things that I enjoy wearing and who I enjoy being around. And I don't want to feel like I need to be anything for anybody else. I think that I am getting better and better about it every year. But I think this year for me more and more was realizing that I'm really happy being me. And I like that. And anytime I've felt inadequacies or insecurities, or dealt with self-worth issues, it was because I wasn't being authentic to me. And the second that I let it go and just did what made me happy, I felt better, no matter the fallout, or no matter who didn't like it.
Yeah. The theme that I'm picking up on all of this, and like anybody that's listening that's maybe struggling with something like this, or also wants to enter 2026 being more aligned, being more authentic, leaving these kind of insecure versions behind, is I feel like it's in the little things that you kind of do every day, that like it's in the little moments, the choosing the things that like align even a little bit more with who you are. It's in the clothing that you wear, and maybe it's in the decor that you choose in your home. It's in the habits that you have. It's like, it's not necessarily the big stuff, which I kind of think people can get hung up on. It's like, I need to be all this way to do it. But like sometimes it really is just the little things that get you a little bit closer to being a little bit more authentic to yourself. So if anybody's listening and you want to kind of enter 2026 that way, I think that's kind of what I'm picking up here.
Yeah, I think it goes down to like making the little choice of like, well, I would rather wear this today. This is more me today. This, I mean, even just the silly, this is a girl-centered thing, but like eyeliner and giving myself a cute freckle, like that feels more me, which like is a silly thing maybe to think about. But if you're making those small choices, it leads up to a bigger thing. It makes a bigger impact long term, because it makes you stronger when the big thing comes and you're like, actually what I like is what I'm going to choose here. Even though it doesn't make anybody else happy, like what matters in this moment in my life is what I like. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. And you get strong when you make the little decisions in the morning and whatever else it is in your day.
Yeah. Because you're building trust with yourself.
Yes.
That's what and that's what like really builds self-confidence, is trusting yourself, because you're continuously showing up for yourself. And I think you're right. It is the little things that add up to being able to trust your gut, but not saying that we won't have moments, I'm sure, in 2026 that we're like, I am feeling a little insecure. I am having a little self-doubt, but not letting it be the overarching theme. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Totally.
It's fewer and far between than maybe it would have been in the past.
Yeah.
I love the metaphor that the metaphor usually is you have two wolves, like your brain is two wolves. And the thing that you feed is the thing that wins, right? Like, and it's like darkness, light, good, bad. That's usually the thing, but that's usually the metaphor. I mean, but in your everyday life, if you're giving the food, if you're giving the choice constantly to like who you are, what you want to be, and really taking into consideration like how these little tiny choices make up this bigger thing, it does matter, because it is the thing that you fed this whole time, right? Yeah. It is the person you're becoming that you're feeding.
Yeah.
And that goes with like, I think that also goes to something I've been thinking about in the new year, which is like intentions versus discipline. And I think as a person, or most people, everyone has this big thought process, like, oh, I'm going to go into 2026, I'm going to work out every day, and I'm going to transform, and I'm going to lose 20 pounds in the month of January, and I'm going to do all this stuff to my house, or whatever it is. It's always like this huge list. And I think that that's so overwhelming. And I think that that's like, to try to transform who you are overnight or the intention of transforming who you are overnight is like, it's just a faulty process. Yeah. Like, I think
it's like a path to fail.
Yes, it is a path to fail. But if you go into everyday life and you say, I've made a choice, I'm going to walk or I'm going to walk three times a week. Not like I'm going to become Hulk this year. Like, because I think that's what it is, right? Like, I'm going to become Miss America this year. Like, this is the year I do this. It's like, no, I'm committing to being up every day at an hour earlier.
Yeah.
And just seeing what you do at that time.
Totally.
Because if you just, you're not like, oh, I intend to do this. I am going to be disciplined. I'm going to give myself an extra hour every day.
Yeah.
And I have to start with journaling. Just something simple like if you're more authentic to who you are, and that, and knowing that like I'm going to be disciplined in this choice, and I'm going to be disciplined in this person that I believe that I am, like there's a huge difference, I think, if there's a mind shift there.
Agreed. This makes me think of this quote that was floating around TikTok, which was like, become so aligned with who you want to be that you don't negotiate with your feelings. Because when you just know who you are and know what you stand for, when you're like, I am a healthy person, or I am a fit person, so it doesn't matter if I'm feeling like crap at 6 a.m, I'm getting my ass out of bed and I'm going for the walk, or I'm going to the gym, or I'm doing whatever. You don't negotiate with, oh, my bed is so warm and I didn't sleep good last night. And then it's like, I mean, how many times do you negotiate with yourself? But if you're like, no, that's not the kind of person that I am, you get your ass out of bed. And I do think it is in the little things. I'm thinking back to myself a year ago, not feeling great about my body, was just feeling fluffy and just whatever. And I just remember thinking like, I know that this is going to take 1 year for me to feel really good. But I was like, but every other time I've been like, I'm going to do this in 6 weeks, and I'm going to crash diet, and I'm going to restrict and all this stuff. And it never worked, and it never stuck.
Stuck.
It never stuck, or it never stuck.
It never stuck, nor it never stuck. And I like reframed my mindset this past year, where I was like, all right, it's going to take a year. It's going to take a year, but I know in a year I'm going to be really thankful.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. It's balanced. It's manageable, and it's actually a part of me. Like the amount of, even on the weekends now, I wake up early because I'm like, I'm a person that wakes up early. That's who I am. I wake up early.
I don't like the word intentions, and I don't like the word motivation in any form. Like, I don't like those two words.
They're both fleeting.
And it's both also, there leaves room for so much error and so much excuse. Like, I don't appreciate, there's a time and a place for the word intention, I suppose. But if a man or a woman in a relationship or in any business dealing is like, oh, I intend to treat you this way, or I intend to do, no.
I thought about getting you flowers.
Getting you flowers. I intend it. Like, what are you talking? Don't ever tell me that. Don't ever tell me that. You either do or you don't, right? You're either a partner in this relationship or you're not. And I don't really care about what you intended to be to me or what you intended for your own life. Either you figure it out or you don't. And I don't really like intentions and motivations leave so much room for excuses. Do it. I am disciplined in this. I have made this choice, or don't.
Yeah.
If that's not who you are,
yeah,
and you enjoy what you are doing exactly right now, and it's whatever it is, I'm not going to yuck your yum. I support you in everything that you do. If you are happy and you enjoy it and it doesn't hurt anybody else, I don't really care. I don't give a, to be clear, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. But if you're somebody who sits there, my issue is, and I have a couple of friends like this, I think we all do, where it's like, oh, I really want this, or I really want this body, or this is the life that I want, or these are the things that I want. And I'm like, I'll be sitting with them, or I'll watch them in real time, having a conversation with me about something that they want and something that they need and something they desire, and actively doing something that is contradictory to everything they're talking to me about. And I'm like, I don't even know how to respond here, because I am the mean friend in the way that I'll be like, so do you notice right now what you're doing is contradictory to everything you're saying? Friend. I am the hard truth friend. But I'll do it like 3, maybe even 4 times, and then I'll just sit there and listen. Because at that point, not my circus, not my monkey. I'll give you a hard truth, and you choose to do with that what you want. If you want to will it away, wish it away, excuse it away, that's your fucking business. I can only give you so much as a friend. So I can't really, I don't know where I was going with that, but that makes me so, I was going with, I don't like the word intention. I don't like the word motivation.
Yeah.
Because motivation goes away.
Motivation's never there. Like, I feel like it's there when you're excited about talking about it and planning about it. But when you actually have to get up out of bed and go to the gym when it's dark out and it's cold out, the motivation's not going to be there.
No.
It's not going to be there.
That's where the discipline falls.
Yeah.
Okay.
And accountability. And I feel like that's why it's always good to have friends. Like, for me at this point, I'm like, I like going to work out because I like seeing my friends.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to miss out on working out. And I'm like, I know, my thing is, I know I will feel better after. It's the getting up and getting there. I'm like, I hate this. But it's I know I will feel better after. And I'm always so glad that I went.
I know for myself that I need a partner in my workouts.
We're codependent like that.
I am codependent like that. I know that I enjoy being at the gym in the sense that I enjoy like feeling good afterwards. I enjoy like you.
I don't even mind the workouts sometimes. I like the workouts.
I don't necessarily like the workouts.
Well, the 777's killing me. But I
We
like
have
being
this
there.
our current thing right now, guys. One of our supersets is a Bulgarian split squat.
Elevated.
It's elevated.
Oh yeah, it is elevated, and it's with dumbbells. It's so right now I've got a set of 40-pound dumbbells in either hand, and you do 7 with both, and then you drop one and do 7 more, and then you drop both and do 7 more, and then you have to switch to the other leg.
You're doing 40s,
Yeah. What are you doing?
30s.
What are you doing?
20s.
I always get so mad. This is like a faulty logic, but I'm like, I feel like I'm doing 2 times the workout everyone's doing because my weights are so much heavier than everybody else's.
But you're not,
Strong
because
girl.
it's hard for everyone in their own way. Like, yes, you are having. I'm going to disagree a little bit there because
I started out by saying it's faulty logic.
You did. I know what you're doing is very hard, but what I'm also doing for me and my little muscles is also very hard. My 5 pounds and half pounds on my dumbbell. On my barbell. I'm freaking shaking, Sheyda. I'm pushing myself to the goddamn max.
She's got 7.5 pounds on her barbell right now, and it's actually a huge deal.
It is.
Because when we started out, she had no weights, and the barbell was really hard for her. So
I don't know.
Really
I
proud
have
of
no
you.
upper body. Like, it really is very hard for me to do a push motion.
Yes.
I can do this. Like, I don't.
That's
this.
a pull.
But the push is really hard for me.
So what I will say is you've done a lot of work on your upper body.
Yeah, you
incredible
have.
work.
Catch me in the alleyway, baby.
Something a thing that I'm really proud of, which I didn't even realize, is that in September we did a rotation, or we had a program. So they call it like programming and workout. If I don't know if you're familiar with working out, but they'll do like programming for you, which is your workout set for a day, like your superset for the day. And we usually have the same 2 workouts that cycle in and out every 3 weeks for 3 weeks. And then we do a different 2 sets for 3 weeks. So when we started with this place in September, we had sumo deadlifts, and I was doing it with 165s, and I couldn't get it up without straps. And yesterday I did 185s, no straps.
No straps.
Hell yeah.
Hell yes.
Hell
Let's
yeah.
go.
So that was a nice little accomplishment
I love
for me
that.
that I didn't realize was happening. Yeah, I wasn't like working for it, but
The cool thing about the gym, is that you see actual like tangible progress. When you can see either like your weight's going up or you see your physical body changing or whatever it is. I think that's really cool. And also it's like you can't lie about your fitness progress. You're either getting stronger, you're getting fitter, you're getting hotter, or you're skimping out somewhere.
And I don't, by the way, guys, for those people listening who again aren't very familiar with all the gym things, the scale is a liar. Like the scale might not be moving, but if you're measuring your body in inches, like things could be changing. Body composition changes and weight doesn't change. Like that's something you have to pay attention to. Like my weight has not changed. My butt is getting bigger though,
Same.
which is huge for me. Corey was laughing at me earlier today because I was like, guys, Sophia was sitting on my bed and she noticed my butt is in fact getting bigger because I've been staring at it in the mirror and I've been taking photos and sending it to my girlfriends and being like, guys, does anyone see? And I think they've been lying to me for a while and saying that they see when they really don't. But Sophia was like,
it's been happening.
Sophia was like, wait, Sheyda, your butt actually is coming back. And I was like, I know it is. I was so happy.
It's so
But I feel like that's why it's important to set like long-term goals. Like you're not going to see, like maybe if you're starting from a drastic place, like 30 days can make a really big difference for you. But for most people, like it is a long-term goal.
Yeah.
I kind of said the same thing in September. I was like, I would love to see results tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I know that based on how I've been behaving for the past year, which is garbage, it's going to take a year. Like, and that is a really hard thing to like actually like mentally follow through on of like, okay, well, the scale is not changing. But when I look at our little spreadsheet with our trainers, I'm like, oh my God, I am lifting so much more weight than I was back in September.
Totally.
And I am feeling stronger and I can push a prowler a lot longer than I could before without wanting to throw up. But like, the scale's not going down as fast as I would like it to. You know what I mean? It doesn't say 0 yet.
Yeah, but
Why am I not lighter than air?
no, but it's so true. It's so true. You have to really, really, really talk yourself out of losing your mind.
Yeah,
and
fuck
I
the
think
scale.
we're from the generation of the scale.
The scale.
The scale. Like, the scale was God.
I actually didn't own a scale until I lived with Summer. Summer actually set me on a scale issue.
I unfortunately have issues.
I don't think I weighed myself unless I was at the doctor's until I met you.
That's really sad. Can I tell you something? I have always
I don't blame you, but
I have always known about weight. No, I've literally No, I've literally always known about weight. I remember, and no shame to my mom because she's on her own journey, but I remember in the first grade watching my mom step on the scale and having her see a negative reaction to whatever she saw, and I internalized it. And then
horrible.
I also remember I was like chubbier than all my friends. Like I was like a chubby kid, and I would go to the doctor and I would get so nervous for them to weigh me. And I didn't want my mom in the room because I didn't want her to see that I was overweight. And I remember the doctor.
Were you overweight?
And I remember the doctor being like, well, she's like okay now, but like she's kind of heading toward. And I like, no, you guys. And
Summer,
then
actually
the
wanna
doctor
cry.
should never, ever have said that.
and then you guys in the 4th grade, I like started
complex.
skipping lunch in the 4th grade.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I'm
so I've always been really,
sick.
really cognizant of like weight, but that's why like, and I feel like I've had like so many ups and downs with like the number on the scale, but like, that's why I feel like 28, 29 years old, it's like finally like I actually like it doesn't really matter. It like the scale part doesn't matter anymore. It's actually like balanced. How do you feel?
Yeah,
How
how do you
strong do you
feel?
feel? But I will say it's like always in the back of my head.
Always.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I do like myself better when I'm smaller. And that's just a fact. Like, I love when I got
do
big
too.
titties. I love when I've got a fat ass, but I don't like the other stuff that comes along with it, which is like, I don't like when my arms look really rounded. I have a round face, so I don't like when I get like, I get a really round face when I'm thicker. Like, I just feel, unfortunately, so much better when I'm a smaller version of myself. But it's not just smaller. It's also just like I know when I'm not taking care of myself.
Yeah.
Like there were times, unfortunately, especially in my last relationship, not to blame it on the relationship, but you get really comfortable. You stop pushing yourself. You don't get out of the cozy bed.
I want a workout husband.
See, same. And I didn't think that was important to me, but that's something that's really important to me now going into like my next
Yeah, because
relationship.
I want to go to the gym with my man.
Totally. And I want my man to also want to really take care of himself, which
Yes.
is something I didn't, you don't think of when
It's
you're
hot.
23, 24.
My parents are in their they're in their mid 50s now, and like they both still work out 3 times a week. My mom goes to Pilates 3 times a week, and she rides a horse every day, 5 days a week.
Sheyda's mom's insane. She's ripped.
Well, she looks like me. We have the same body.
Yeah.
And so is my grandma. She's 80.
Your grandma looks real good,
She's
too.
ripped. She looks like she has the arms of a bodybuilder, and she goes to Pilates every day. Like,
I would hate to be in a Pilates class with Grandma Diane.
Oh,
She'd kick
you
my
guys,
ass.
it's actually so fun. Well, it was so cute of her because one actually shout out Grandma because she told me when I was home, she said, I look forward to every other Wednesday so much because she religiously listens to us.
Grandma Diane.
We absolutely love Grandma Diane. And when I was home, I really wanted to go to Pilates class with her, which I really enjoyed. And I think I'm gonna, when I go home from now on, I'm always just gonna say, just bring me once a week with you. Because there is like a solid core place that's right at the bottom of the hill. It's not solid core, but it's very close.
Yeah.
And I loved going with her, but she was like, I think you were too strong for it. And she was like, go up on because it's like the same thing like in solid core. She's like, go up on your weights. And I didn't that time just because I didn't really know what the class was going to be like. So I wanted to feel it out, but it was so cute. And she was doing like the heavy weights, and she was kicking butt, and she looks fucking phenomenal.
And that's what you want to be at that age. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
that's what
I
you
want
wanna
to be
be.
able to go to a workout class with my granddaughter. Like, that is insane to
Like,
say.
I am so lucky that
Yes.
I went home and went to a Pilates class. Like, the Pilates class that I go to every week is not far off from the Pilates class I got to go to with my grandma.
with your grandma.
That's crazy.
And she's just stunning, and she works a little butt off, and every day she's running around in the garden. Like, I just am obsessed. It's so
Yeah.
cute. But like, my mom's doing that. My dad, like, he hasn't been working out as much as he usually does because he's been doing the whole house and running the family business and stuff. But like, my whole family's into that. And my little brother works out every day. So it's just very much ingrained in who I am and who I want as a partner.
Well, I think also,
Which I didn't think was important either.
which I think was important, but like I also think you get to a certain, also when you get to like 40, 50, 60, you are preparing for 70, 80, 90.
Yes.
So what you do in that time is going to set you up. You're either going to have a really tough elderly life or you're going to have a way more enjoyable one. And I think our generation, we're like our generation and younger are not drinking as much or not smoking as much. They are hitting the gym more. Like I think we're not feeding into this kind of short-term pleasure. YOLO. It's
Gonna die somehow.
You are gonna die, and it doesn't mean don't live, but it's like you can live and be really good, but you also want to feel good. And I think a lot of people are just recognizing that like drinking every day, eating like shit it doesn't feel good, and it affects you mentally. It's like you're not living your best life when you're doing that.
Even like the YOLO concept is so interesting because a lot of the people that really took that to heart and went like buck wild in their lives, they were like the depressed people who ended up having to like go away for a while and like figure themselves out. They were the ones that like took too many drugs and ended up having to do a stint somewhere. And now you like see them when you're home and you're like, hey, are you hiring?
They're in like a Costa Rican retreat for 6 months to find recenter, rejuvenate.
They're like, life was really fun back then. And you're like, sister, you're my age, like, and they're like, they kind of stare off, so they won't fully make eye contact anymore, and you're like, something happened.
But I also think like we are people that thrive in routine. Like I think just generally we do really well with having like a structure to our day, and there are some people that just love living by the flying by the seat of their pants. You know what I mean? Like
I think those people are unstable. I think anthropologically speaking, the human race is
we're weeding them out.
Well, they're meant to live like in a community and have like community responsibilities and to be close to one another.
Yes, I agree. And in community responsibilities, they're not on all the time. They're not always responsible for the hunting or the gathering. Like maybe like once every other week they are. You know what I mean? I think that's where it differs in terms of like what you're saying.
Who is the hunter that's only responsible every other week?
No, I'm just saying, like in general, if we're going back to like nature, like a community like that, like where we're all putting something in.
I think that you're not realizing, like, in order to like weave your own clothing and tend to like my grandma. I mean, her little cute garden. I mean, it's actually not little, so I actually take that back, Grandma. Sorry, it's actually a pretty freaking big garden, but it's like her and 2 other people, and they're there 8 hours. Like they're out there 8 hours a day, and that's not gonna feed. I mean, if you're in like the communities, I think we're like a couple hundred people. In order to do that, you need a whole group of people out there every day, pruning, fending off the animals.
They're like, Emily, go pick up sticks, will ya? Just go over there.
But you know what I mean? Like it's every day that your job was needed. You had to hunt every day to prepare for the winter season when you had to have the stock. Like there were stuff you had to do every day.
Stuff you had to do every day, but I don't think it's like the main thing every day. Like I think there was a point where you were like taking shifts and stuff, not like you weren't doing anything every day, but like on Monday I am going out with the boys and hunting. Tuesday I might take it a little bit easy and prune prune the veggies.
I think there were hunters and then there were gatherers. We're getting really off topic here right now.
We actually don't know. We don't know.
Guys, don't worry. When we start our community, we'll have a schedule. I'm not going hunting every day. I want to prune every other.
Well, no, first of all, you for sure would just be a gatherer. Let's be real. You're not hunting anything. But when you were hunting, there was a day when you were skinning, and there was a day when you were gutting, and there was a day when you were like, you weren't always in the woods, but you were in the woods.
Where are we going with this right now?
I don't know how we got here.
We're like, what was their schedule?
No, how we got here was we were talking about how everyone in their hometown has the YOLO friend who's not all there anymore, and they need a lot of assistance.
I was trying to make a case for you.
And you were trying to make a case for that person, and that derailed.
Okay, guys, what are our red flags for 2026? Red flags and green flags. I'll start. Red flag for 2026 for me is I want to not declare things that I'm doing before I'm doing them. I think I get ahead of myself and I say, I'm going to do this, and I get so excited and I do it. And like, I probably do 50% of the things that I say I'm going to do, but I want to keep things a little bit closer to the chest. I'm really good at speaking things into existence, but only like 50% of the time.
Hey.
So I am going to work on speaking or not declaring the things that I'm going to do before I do them.
Okay.
That's one of my red flags
like
that
that.
I'm not doing in 2026. You guys go.
I think for me, something I'm noticing that I like about myself is I'm speaking less. And I like that.
I'm noting right now I want that as a social clip.
I am speaking less. Like in group settings, I'm observing more, I'm saying less.
But I think that I'm so sorry, I just had a stroke. I think that's
What is happening?
2 ears, 1 mouth.
I think that makes what you say more impactful.
That's what I was just going to say. I think that, and let me think about this. I think that this started with about 2 years ago, and my New Year's thought for myself was not my circus, not my monkey. It might have actually been 3 years ago, when I just became less inclined to be super forceful about my opinion and what I felt about someone else's business. I felt that things were my business if they were my friend, and I had a responsibility to participate in decision making. And I think that I realized over time that that's not the case. But I was still very much, I think, I don't want to use the word mouthy, but it probably is accurate.
Vocal.
Unfortunately. Vocal. I was very vocal, very reactive still about certain things. And I think, and you guys can weigh in and tell me if I'm wrong, but I do observe more and speak less these days. And I like that about myself. And I'm that's a thing I'm taking with me.
I feel like
A green flag.
I agree 1,000%. It's funny watching the metamorphosis of what you just described, from you like literally speaking every opinion that you have. Like if something came up, you're like, this is actually what you should be doing, to then you're like, okay, I'm listening, but her face was always saying what you like. If you even looked over at her, you're like, she doesn't have to say it. I can read exactly what she's thinking. Right. Yeah, exactly. It was nonverbal in the most verbal way possible.
She wasn't saying anything, but she was saying a lot.
Yeah, exactly. And now maybe she's holding her cards a little bit closer to her chest.
She is.
It's quiet over there in that corner.
I think
these days.
I think you choose your words more carefully in the way you say things. I think you're a little bit more tactful about how, because I still think you do give pretty hard truths, but I think you are a little bit more conscious about how you present those things. And I also think that goes along with kind of understanding where somebody else might be too. Because I think there's a level of kindness to knowing where somebody else is at and delivering that information in a place where they can receive it. And I think maybe in years past, it was just like, here is the facts. I'm going to present the facts as they are, even if that person wasn't in a place to receive them. And I think from my perception of where you are now, it's like you kind of understand where people are at better. Or at least more kinder in that.
I think it's less that I think I've always understood where people were.
You just didn't care.
I just didn't care.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like the timing of it has also been better. I think like
I agree.
You're waiting until you're waiting for your prey to be ready. You know what I mean?
I am more tactful with when I attack.
Because I think at the end of the day, it's better for that person because they're much more willing to receive what you're saying
Totally.
Yes.
than when you're coming at them in a situation where it's like they're only going to be defensive. You could be absolutely right, and you probably are most of the time, but like if you're catching a person, I didn't say that.
I was like, wow, Madeline.
Clip it. I want it clipped. I want it in the socials. I want it everywhere.
But I think like if you're coming at someone when they're not in a place where like they want to receive your opinion, like it's going to go in one ear out the other and they're just going to be mad at you, rather than like, I'm going to give them some time, let them come to maybe their own conclusion. And then like when we're all having a good time, I might lay it on them in a way that they're going to understand a little bit better.
Yep.
Because I think it's more beneficial for everyone involved.
Yep.
What's yours?
What are we talking about?
Red
again?
flags for 2026, or like things you're not doing anymore in 2026.
Being sensitive.
All right, tell us more.
I think I have been working on this for a long time, and it's something that is like so miserable to like live a life like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even just sensitive to like people saying things about me. I'm like sensitive to like everything. And like, I think it plays into wanting to live my life more authentically. Like, I'm never going to be my most authentic self if I'm worried about what someone might say back to me about my opinion or about what I think. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so I think I don't want to be so easily hurt by like what other people think or say. So less sensitive.
That's very
hurt my feelings, guys.
That's very stoic of you.
Yeah.
That's very stoic.
So when you think I'm ready, you can let me know some honest truths that you've probably been holding on to for a long time. Maybe write it in a letter.
Maybe write it in a letter.
Send it to me in 10 years.
Yeah, exactly.
And I will maybe hold on to it for another 10 and then open it and 10 after that.
That's my timeline, and I'm sticking to it.
You know, that's an interesting thing, though, because I this past year, I also was very sensitive to things, and it's exhausting to be sensitive. Because you're constantly like battling with your own emotions about things that you don't necessarily need to take offense to or need to take personally. And I think that's a huge thing. Like, I think one of the most powerful things or powerful eras you can enter into is just when things roll off the chest. Nothing is personal. It's never, because really when we are hurt by something or something evokes an emotion in us, it really is a mirror of something in ourselves. And when you get to that place and you're like, okay, wait, that made me kind of, ooh, why did that feel weird? Like, you know, it's very funny. In my therapy this past month, I have a hard time like naming the feeling of something that I'm feeling, but I know in my body when something feels weird. And so my therapist was like, if you can't necessarily like describe the thing that you're feeling or like what it is, just like announce like, that made me feel kind of weird. I don't really know why, but like, let me come back to you on that. Or like if somebody says something to you or like somebody gives a hard truth and I'm like, I don't know if that's true or false. I don't know how I feel about that. I know that it's evoking something in me. I don't know what it is yet, but like, let me come back to it. And I think like noticing when things make you feel a weird way, like in your body, is a really good place to start when you're like feeling sensitive about stuff. You're like, ooh, why did that feel weird?
You know, something that I just noticed or where I think maybe put together is that oftentimes sensitivity is paired with insecurity.
Yeah.
And you said this past year has been a really insecure year for you.
There were ups and downs for sure.
And so maybe that's
totally
hand in hand.
Absolutely.
Maybe something for you to think about.
Thank you.
The realm of sensitivity.
Yeah. No, I definitely think those.
And I know that every time I've been sensitive about something, it's because I am insecure about it. Or insecure about not even what and it might not be something that anyone else in the out-facing world sees. But that in myself, for whatever reason, I perceive it as a fault in me or a weakness in me or something I wish it was different or felt different or looked different or whatever it is. And so no matter how the outside world meant it for me or however they gave me whatever they're giving me, I'm perceiving it as an attack.
Yes.
Because that thing is a soft spot for me.
Totally. And then you have to go, why?
Yeah.
Something I've thought about and I've talked about a little bit on my TikTok is when something makes you feel a certain way or you get offended by something or like something hurts your feelings or you're insecure about something, it's almost like you're stepping into other people's thoughts about what they think about you. You're almost like thinking about yourself too much. You're giving too much credence to what they think about you, but really it's you almost wanting to step into their brain and then making a thought about yourself. Does that make sense? Because you don't know where they're at. You don't know what they're saying. Every time that you are like really insecure about something, it's almost like you're trying to step into somebody else's perspective to then judge your own self. It's really just you judging yourself again. It all comes back to you judging yourself.
That was what I was gonna say. Is I feel like it's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy of the more like sensitive I felt like I became about like outward things, it made me more insecure because I'm doubting myself. I'm not trusting, like, is this something I actually care about? I'm just taking everything as almost an attack on myself and whatever they're saying for no reason whatsoever. Just always catching strays from you two. Just kidding. But that's how, like, when you're like constantly being sensitive about stuff, you're like, oh my God,
That's what you feel like.
why did they speak to me like I'm the scum between their toes? And
Yeah.
it couldn't be anything further from the truth.
Yeah.
But like, you're in a constant like state of everything is an attack, and like, I just genuinely feel like you become a shell of yourself. Like,
Yeah.
you're standing for nothing. Everything is just knives in your back.
Yeah.
It's not fun. You know what I mean?
Totally. You know, it's just a quick side note. When I noticed it the most was when my mom would call me out on it. She'd be like, I would be saying stuff and I'd be like, well, and she'd be like, Summer, I didn't mean it that way. She's like, what? Look, wait, calm down. Like, it was almost like my mom was the one that would be like, no, what are you doing? Like, that's like, I didn't mean it that. Like, it was very, very telling for me when my mom was calling me out for like being really sensitive. 'Cause I'm like, oh, if my mom is seeing it, then everyone is seeing it.
Well, I also think it's like your mom's probably not ever out to hurt you. So it's like, why am I thinking that she's speaking to me in a way that would hurt my feelings?
Correct. She's like the safest person ever that like, yeah. So, what about green flags? I have one. Okay. My green flag for 2026 is physical touch.
Welcome.
Yeah, you guys.
Oh my God.
I want to enter into my physical touch era. I think it'll give me a different level of connection.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna soften me a little bit. I think it's gonna let down some guards, some barriers.
walls.
And so if I do a little this on the leg or on the arm, and maybe I want to if I want to hug once in a while,
She hugged me earlier today.
please be open and receptive to it. It feels awkward for me, but I would love to try it.
She's been waiting for years, honey.
Yeah, Madeline, we're gonna hug after this. We might kiss too, but
Maybe don't do it after this because now it feels fake.
no, I want it.
Okay,
It's
you
just
do?
exposure therapy, Sheyda.
Okay, yeah. Also, yeah. Okay.
Madeline's pushing for any visit. She's like, you shut your fucking mouth.
Yeah, shut up. You already got a hug, bitch. I haven't hugged her in 6 months.
Mine is physical touch, and I'm really wanting to enter into that era. So I'm hoping that's my green flag for 2026. Okay, now you guys go.
Madeline?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
All right, it's just me.
I think I want to be like kind of in the same vein of less sensitive, like more whimsical. I want to be a little more YOLO-y, not YOLO-y, but like I think I just want to be a little more free, a little more lighthearted, and I think I just haven't been in a long time. And it's I'm almost 30. I'm about to be 30. So like, why not? Like, you know what I mean? Let's just be a little free. Start showing our nipples again, you know, like let's just get back out there.
Who doesn't love a good nip slip?
Kennedy posted something about protecting your whimsy as you get older, and I felt like that's so true because it's like you can, especially as women, we're so like it's in our blood to be like playful and like light and like silly. Like you don't really describe men like that.
No, but the world these days does not. It's not curating whimsy for us. You know what I mean?
Curating girl boss.
Boss babes. I want to be a little whimsy.
I want to be a little whimsy.
And I also want to be a boss babe. Why can I not? ¿Por qué no los dos?
¿Por qué no los dos? Everyone should be taking that into everything in their lives. But what I will say is it on the same vein, which is kind of goes into everything else, as I've been seeing a lot of like, this is what style is today, and it's like all white, all stark, all there's no life in anything, and then it's like how it used to be, and it's like a photo, you know what I mean? And it's just like color and depth and texture and layers and yumminess and freedom of like, you know, individuality,
Wallpaper.
whimsy, wallpaper, joy.
No one's
laughter,
wallpapering their
freedom.
homes anymore.
I love a good wallpaper.
Me too. My parents used to wallpaper the fuck out of our house and really cool prints.
I have 3 different wallpapers going in my house.
Did you see what they did to the Home Alone house? The Home Alone
That's
house?
yes,
No.
I did. I saw that. I sent it to my mother.
Sick.
Oh,
It
okay,
looks
send
like
it to me.
It looks like a hospital.
When mom started in the beginning stages of designing, because they gutted the house, of designing the house, she like sent me, she was like, oh, I picked this designer. This is the designer. And I was like, okay, cool. And I was kind of a little nervous about it because I was like, I don't really know what you're trying to say to me with the design that you have. And now she has a different designer, and we love her. But then she sent me all the designs and I was like, what is this?
Was it too white?
Yes. But it was like, she was like, well, this is the design. And I was like, okay, well, what did you choose? And she's like, what do you mean? It's what the designer picked out. And I'm like,
Oh no.
and I had to like sit her down and I'd be like, listen here, lady. Like, and I explained it to her with a music explanation, I guess I should say. And I was like, you are the artist of this home. This home is your song. This home is your heartbeat. This home is like in your bedroom is your heart. Like, you should walk into your front door and go, I am inside of my soul. And it feels so yummy and so gooey and so peaceful and so wonderful in here. You have to write the song. Like that, the house is the song. The designer is the producer. The producer is going to make your song come to life, but it is your damn song. So stop everything. Stop everything and like create your song, your home, your space,
Such a good
your
analogy.
heart. But and it might not work for everybody. And we're, us two nerds are artists. So it feels, sorry, Madeline is.
Us three are really talented.
I have some credits on a rapper too.
Madeline has been known to drop a beat. But it's like we've lost the heart and soul of things these days.
Everyone wants to be stark white, and that is so miserable.
Horrible.
It's awful. Bring whimsy back. Make whimsy
Bring
great
joy,
again.
bring whimsy back.
So yeah, I want to be more whimsical.
I love that. I absolutely love that, Madeline.
Sheyda, what's your green? Your green flag?
My green flag is this year I have read very little books, which is super unlike me. And I want to get back into my book era. Green flag, books.
Love it.
Open my Kindle every day.
Physical touch, whimsy, and books. That's really
slutty.
good. That is slutty. And honestly, I'll adopt both of those in my 2026 as well.
If I got any more physical touch, I'd be wearing your skin.
This is the name of our episode, Physical Touch, Whimsy, and Books. 2026.
2026. 2026, physical touch, whimsy, books. Here we are. It's January 7th. It's our first 2026 episode. It's season 2. It's sophomore year. We are free. We are feminine, and we are feisty. We will see you in 2 weeks. We love you. Goodbye.
Bye, love
Ciao. You. That was being whimsy. I never say ciao.
I never say ciao.